is in the heart, crafted by old memories, sitting in your card. And oh, it's time to go.
Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be looking into your month of September, seeing whatever wants to come through. I went ahead and channeled off of the camera earlier to meditate on each of the groups and get whatever energies using, and I used your crystals to scry as well. And I decided to go with a fun collage theme, and we'll dive into why I think this fits perfectly. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out on my other channel. I started uploading the videos for the Sun series, so this is being broken down into 4 parts. By now, it's either on Sunday, either I'm uploading this on Sunday or before that Sunday, I'll be uploading the next part of the Sun series where I talk about Sun in all of the zodiac signs. And this is a passion project. I studied 35 biographical backgrounds to get the information for this, and it ended up being a lot longer, 3 hours, but you know, I'm not expecting you to watch all of it unless you want to geek out about all of the zodiac sign and energies. What you can do is just watch your sign if you're interested, or any of the signs that you are interested, you can check that out. But yeah, it ended up being a project that required a lot more commitment I think than I was expecting, but it was fun. So go ahead and check that out on the other channel, and then I will be uploading part 3 and part 4 on the following Sundays, consecutive Sundays, where I will be talking about Sun in the houses and Sun in the Sun's conjunctions, and I will be using examples of well-known people, maybe some of those 35 biographical people that I've done research on thus far. I was having a very interesting time trying to get this all set up on my computer. It's been kind of weird. I don't know if we're still in a Mercury retrograde or not, but it's weird because sometimes I'm just like, it just works. And when it works crazy good at times, but then there are times where it's just not giving me anything. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and introduce the groups. So for the theme of this reading, we went with collage. And collage is cool. I think collage has this sort of psychoanalyst aspect to it, maybe even a vision board experience with it, where you're diving into your subconscious to see what's there and also to see what dreams, visions show up for you. And these 3 groups were based off of visions I had. And I often get like snippets, pictures, they're moving images, and it fades from one thing to another, like a continuous dance. And these were some of the images that wanted to come through. So I'm excited to introduce the groups. So for group number 1, for your September reading here, you have the beautiful eyes here. You got cherub up in the corner, angel, and you got the speaker, the telephone, and the loudspeaker, and it says here, free from insecurities. Group number 2, you got more of a fall warm tone theme going on. We have some beverages, could be coffee, looks like a coffee of some sort, or some sort of autumn-like drink. At the top, we got some autumn leaves, a cat, cozy cat, we got the sun. We have like a portion of someone's body in the background. We have the word selfie as well. So let's call that one selfie. And then group number 3, you have at the top, you can read the words. This is ghostly deals. If you look at it very closely, it's the ghosts. And yeah, this was a really fun one. I can't wait to talk about it. But we have like stars, an angel, flowers, some writing, a dragonfly. And that is group number 3. Let us go ahead and start your meditation. Here is the singing bow. All right, group number 1, if you chose free from insecurities, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Okay, group number 1, welcome to your reading. So let me just go ahead and share what I was picking up from the meditation and from scrying. The crystal you got was the labradorite. Okay. So you're being asked to be free from insecurities. So the first thing I was actually seeing, I was seeing someone wipe dirt from their eyes. So this month is going to be a month of clarity from you, but this is also something you're being asked to co-create as well. So Source is essentially telling you, hey, wipe the dirt from your eyes and see things clearly. I think that's a huge part of the advice, is to see things clearly. So you're not experiencing life through a distorted lens where you think reality is a certain way when it's really not. And this is something we're always being challenged with, but wipe the dirt out of your eyes and gain that clarity. I was getting a really calm energy. So move through this month with calm focus to the best of your ability. The labradorite was taking me to throat chakra energy. So there's something about speaking up, throat chakra, maybe working on your throat chakra this month. And I was getting that when Source is pointing to throat chakra, they're pointing to our inner dialogue that also translates into our outer dialogue. So however that dialogue is flowing through you internally, whatever you choose to believe, whatever you choose to give your attention to, that's the determining factor for what gets to make you feel good. So whatever helps you to feel good and clear and hear those divine message clearly, that's what you will receive. So I was getting a lot of, beautiful divine support. Source felt like a very proud, unconditionally loving parent overseeing you. And it looks to me that they sounded like they were I saw in my vision that they were telling you what to think, as in they were telling you the truth. They were telling you this is, and they were also encouraging you to listen to what they're saying. So that's going to be important. Usually whenever I get messages like that where they're like, okay, focus on this, it usually means that month there's going to be some sort of challenge around throat chakra. So there might be something happening in the external where you are challenged with that, where reality might be showing up one way and the narrative of society and the programming may be flowing one way, but internally things are very different from what Source is telling you. So this will be a really good month to practice more discernment. Lots of love, lots of spiritual support. That's why I have the Cupid. They are watching over you, and the angel, they are supporting you. And yeah, make sure the support that Source always offers, it's always unconditionally loving and it's always very gentle. So that's how they encourage us to be on ourselves. We should never be hard or harsh on ourselves or be judgmental on ourselves. We can be, but we need not be. That's really just programming that we picked up. And Source is always saying, you can go easy on yourself. Like, be gentle with yourself. It's okay for you to make mistakes. And actually, when you give yourself room to make mistakes, you can flow through your day so much better. So you might actually be called to speak up, whether this is part of a passion project of yours where you're communicating things or you're journaling. We got some words in the corner, some ideas or thoughts, or you're speaking to someone. Maybe it's a confrontational conversation. Speak your truth and everything will move forward. Everything will move forward smoothly. And we're kind of getting this water flowy theme. So everything will move through smoothly. I was getting a calming energy, so I actually feel like you're going to be experiencing some calm during this month as well. Take it easy. So the microphone is about speaking your truth. I think if some of you, you've had this desire to want to share your ideas or concepts with people or to put it all, on content creation, then you should go ahead and do that. Really speak from your heart. I feel like every time I have the opportunity to speak anywhere doing anything, I try to speak from my heart and I try to take that opportunity to say something worthwhile because it can help people in some way, uplift them perhaps. Yes. And the telephone is about listening. So it's a two-way street. Source is helping to give you those divine messages. They're asking you to discern from the gossip, within, and then you can hear those messages beautifully and clearly. So you can go ahead and take a look at that oracle card design and see if there's anything else that is speaking to you as I'm pulling cards for you. Okay, I had a lot of fun making them. Oh, the one in the middle, it says free from insecurities. So yeah, this felt really calming. I think you've been really working on your own personal confidence, and you've been learning how to discern what things, where do you feel insecure? Where are you insecure in life? And I think this is going to be a really good month to continue that work with journaling and introspection and investigating, okay, what are my insecurities? And a lot of our insecurities have to do with these repetitive voices that keep telling us things about ourselves. So you're freeing yourself from insecurities in the month of September. I forgot to talk about the conjunctions. It's okay. I'm not quite ready for that yet. But I think, so we're moving into Virgo season. If you follow Vedic Astrology, Virgo season starts around the 17th. And then, or right around mid-September. And then I think Mercury is also going to be shifting into Virgo as well. So a beautiful opportunity to work on throat chakra energy and receiving divine insights as well. And that's what Virgo's a purification sign. So the evolved understanding of Virgo is sorting through and sifting through the mess to discern what is true, not to hold on to analytical, hypercritical information to use against or weaponize against other people. It's to discern and move through the mush and the dirt to hear clearly, see clearly, and feel clearly. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, so like moving away from those darker insecurities and those negativities. So we have the Devil card and we have here the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. So you're on a continuous journey. I've been getting this in the collective. You're on a continuous journey of walking away from things that no longer resonate with you. And the Devil card here is representing greed. It's representing all of the programming of the world. It's Capricorn energy. So this is about systematic programming that convinces us to believe a certain way about ourselves. And it looks like you are on path to walk away. And it feels like I'm hearing like a separation is being created here and established. And that will, I think, help you to align with the higher level of consciousness and to feel a lot more calm and peace within yourself. So yeah, this to me feels like success. This feels like success, which the Devil card could mean success. A lot of people talk about materialistic success. You don't have to worry about materialistic success. The universe always provides. That's the truth. It's not, I've been living it for 2.5 years. It's the truth. It just doesn't always happen the way that we think it does in a logical way. And when I'm looking at this oracle card design and I'm seeing those eyes, they're so beautiful. And I feel like those are your eyes. And I also feel like that's how Source sees you. Those eyes feel very pure and innocent, as if they see things clearly. And I'm also hearing compassion. So maybe whereas before you felt maybe judgmental towards other people and their situations, this is a really good month for you to feel compassionate and maybe even forgiving of what has happened or transpired in the past. Okay. So yeah, going on that journey to trust yourself. Let's pull and see what else wants to come through. We have here, look at that. You're the sage. Be devoted, be committed. So you've been on this pathway to really learning about yourself. This is our singular purpose, is to know ourselves, to take care of ourselves. And in this month, especially with that Virgo energy, this is a really good time for you to assess and work on and embrace a healthy habits, a healthy well-being, healthy routine. It helps you to feel good. So to me, I'm getting that this group, the commitment is already there. Just continue to do it. Take it day by day. Don't put that pressure onto yourself. That is not what Source is trying to navigate you towards. It's not pressure. It's actually the opposite. Take the pressure off. There's just so much programming around, us needing to put this excessive pressure on ourselves. And it's really misleading and misguiding. So continue to be devoted and committed to this pathway. Don't let anything sway you. Stay strong, stand strong. Your heart is in the right place. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you. Okay, we have here child magical, beautiful. Light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Yes, so I heard this thing about action where people are like, well, you have to take some sort of action. And I've mentioned on my channel a lot that stillness helps a lot. What's the most important thing is the right action. I'm not telling you to like be perfect. We don't need to be perfect about our action. It's about right action, which is like moving in the direction of our own well-being. So long as you're moving in the direction of your well-being, you really can't go wrong. It might take you longer, shorter, whatever, depending on your commitment to it. But yeah, the child magical understands, I'm here to embrace the journey. Even these eyes, these eyes look like kid eyes to me in the Oracle card design. They felt quite youthful, quite young. So it's through this lens of seeing life as magical. This is your divine protection here, because it alleviates you of the fear. If studying those 35 biographies, what I learned was the one thing that led to the two things that led to self-destruction for a lot of people was anger and emotional instability. So a lot of them, crashed and burned in their life because of anger and emotional stability. And that's exactly what I felt when I had my car accident back in 2015-ish, 15 or 16. I was so angry and I felt like a victim. I felt so sorry for myself. And I knew. And the thing is, I was building up all of this energy for years. And I knew that I had created that. I knew it. And that's why never again. So since then, I've never been in something like that ever again. Because I told myself, I will always keep my anger in check. And I will work on genuine happiness, because my life is not worth risking to experience this. I'm going to take care of myself. So anything is possible. Everything is possible, I guess. Miracles are here. There's sacred beauty in all things. This is life. All things are sacred. When we see life as such, it becomes our friend. It becomes our friend. It becomes our helpmate. So the divine is here with you. We have here, do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. Yeah, I think they really want to reinforce this idea of what the real action steps are. A lot of what is encouraged in the New Age community is that almost little to no action steps. A lot of people, when I say the New Age community, well, some parts of the community, I think there are people who try to encourage people to do work. But a lot of times people just sit there and they listen to these messages or whatnot without, I guess I understood, but I always ask, I'm like, okay, what do I have to do to get there? Because I'm not there. I'm not in that peaceful state in my life. Like, what do I have to do to create that in my life? And the reason why I do this work is because I went on a journey to find those answers. I wanted to know what the answers were. And I just wasn't getting that full satisfaction out of it. There are lots of great teachers out there who teach you, but I kind of wanted to learn it in my own millennial way, I guess. I wanted to learn it in my own way. And that's when I started to really get the answers, when I just started to go straight to source. And then I realized I had to go on my own journey to fully experience it. It wasn't enough to hear it from a teacher or to read it in a book. I really had to make those choices. I think I experienced my awakening around 2012-ish. And it took me, up until 3 years ago to leave my job and to take that leap of faith. And it really wasn't a leap. It was something I knew for so many years I needed to do. I just couldn't fathom how to do it until I really started listening to that inner voice, and that inner voice started to teach me. So yeah, prayer mantras, your actions mean everything. And actually, PT Prashant Trivedi teaches this. Your actions mean everything. What you do and what you don't do. So choosing to work for, a company perhaps you don't believe in, or be a part of an organization you don't believe in, that's in disagreement with your heart. Like your action steps, a lot of people don't know why they work or are joined with these groups when they don't share the same values. Like, you should be a part of something that shares the exact same values, or some of your bigger values at least. So we really got to think about that. Prayer really is, I don't really pray. What I do, I write songs from time to time. I don't pray, I talk to Source. And then I do the action steps. I try to do the work. I try to do the action steps and just live the majority of my life en route to what it is I'm trying to create. That is the prayer. Living on a prayer, have you heard that? Live the prayer. Don't just speak the words. Hear the messages and then act on them. If you're focused on your priorities, where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you. You may produce a feeling of anxiety. Which may produce, your priorities are calling you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. Yeah, I think this is also reinforcing what I was talking about earlier, what I was receiving from Source. Just focus on the priorities. Your heart's in the right place, but definitely, like this guy, make sure you're moving in that direction. Don't, especially if you've known it, like the messages are repetitive. Source will tell you, leave this, do this, and you just hear it over and over and over again. And there's a pressure buildup that starts to happen. And until you leave and exit it, that pressure remains. The final card we have here is clearing debts. Not the final card. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. Okay. So if you really want to understand the energy of Capricorn, I would encourage you to watch my Pluto and Capricorn video, because I really break it down for you. Capricorn energy with the Devil card is about debt here. And the only debt we're really here to clear is not financial, it's karmic. So your financial debt is not your karmic debt. Your karmic debt is your karmic debt. The distractions of the world will make you focus on and misunderstand what debt is. So I don't know what you might have in the bank account or what you might owe anyone here. The thing is, all debts will get paid if you're en route to following Source. I'm taking care of my debt right now through the action steps I've been asked to take. And I've had to make peace with it, because I'm like, well, I'd rather be doing this and I'd rather be doing that and just be freely moving about. But they're like, nope, you got to pay your debt first. And the debt is not there for punishment. It's there to complete the circle. So you could have created this debt from past lifetimes. It could be karmic, whatever. Either way, you signed up to be here. You signed up to be a part of the karmic debt experience. Welcome. And there is a way to clear it, so you don't have to worry about that. And it doesn't take any kind of self-sacrifice. Part of the twisted part of the matrix is, with that Devil card, it's designed to make you think you should be a slave. But the way that I'm paying my debt, I live like a royalty, honestly. So I've had to reevaluate, reassess, and think about, is it really that bad? And it's not. So you're in a space right now where you're clearing karmic debt, and continue to trust the process. Trust the process. This is what you're really here to do. This is what your purpose is. And Source is really trying to get us to focus on this right now because the simulation is upgrading. There's a portal that is opening wide and it's going to close. So this is the time to do the work in alignment with Source. Pluto in Capricorn is calling for us to clear the debt. Okay, we have here heart chakra. I'm open to love and I receive more of it every day. Yeah, so you're open to love. You're receiving the love and the support of the angels here. Creativity, we got 55, creativity, embracing change, embracing your own unique self-expression. This is what is going to help you to open yourself up to that energy of real love. And love is not possessive. It is not judgmental. It's just unconditional. It's easy. It's what you are. It's what you were born as. It's not something you give to someone, and it's not something you receive. It's just what you are. So really what you're clearing the dirt away to see is how clearly you are what you are, which is love. And to love is to evolve. So your inherent loving existence and state of existence moves in the direction of evolution. That's love. Let's close out your reading. We got Taurus, Mercury in the 11th house. Great. So like strength of mind. And we're also getting some beautiful insights from Source. Yeah, so we were talking about the throat chakra. We got Mercury there in Taurus. So Taurus is very much connected to a strength of values. So what are your values? Like, what do you value? You value honesty, you value integrity. These are the things that when it comes to what choices you make in life, whatever you're deciding to do for this month, that's what's going to help you to align with the right decision. And also the clear ideas and thoughts that are coming through. So we have Uranus and Taurus right now. Looks like Source is giving you some beautiful innovative ideas and concepts to help you to evolve into higher states of consciousness. And this is also creating a very solid foundation for you to create the new earth here and be the new earth and exist as a new earth. So the new earth, guys, if you're watching this, yay to you. You have a preview into what the world is going to look like for those who are choosing to do this work. The new earth is walking away from the lie. 8 of Cups here. Speaking the truth, living the truth of what we really are. All right, hope you enjoyed that, group number 1. I will see you guys next time for another pick a card reading. Have a beautiful day or evening, whenever you're watching this. Bye. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So it looks like you guys chose selfie. And you guys also got the tiger's eye. Really nice. All right, so when I was picking the crystals for each of the groups, I was like, I think this month might be a little intense. And groups 1 reading kind of proved that to me. It's kind of funny. All right, so what was cool about your reading, what the energy I was picking up was I was getting warmth. That was the first thing I was picking up from your group. So I was getting like a sunflower, solar chakra energy, raise confidence. So this is going to be a really beautiful month to just be your wonderful self, to work on your confidence, to work on being seen, to work on seeing yourself as you are, to self-reflect with that selfie energy on goals. Reassess what it is that you want to do or you need to do to get to that place of clarity and joy within yourself. This may be a month where you're being seen. Tiger's eye is kind of that Capricorn-y energy, so it's just giving this energy of responsibility. But in it, I was getting this decadence. And I was seeing like a decadent cup of coffee with like rich cream. That's what it felt like to me. So really rich. And I think there's a lesson coming around the richness of your spirit and how incredibly strong it is and how it works in your favor. It helps you and it helps to attract grace onto your pathway because of how enriching it is. And so I think you're going to be seeing evidence of that this month where you're realizing, wow, my spirit is deep, it is rich, and because of that, it has afforded me grace in my life. So maybe you also want to enjoy, this will be a good month to enjoy a nice warm cup of coffee, sit back, relax. As the leaves start to change colors, depending on where you live, you might start to notice that the leaves are slowly changing colors, and the atmosphere and the temperatures are starting to shift ever so subtly into the new season of autumn and fall. Yeah, very beautiful. Yeah, so we got a cat here. It just gives you this energy of cozy. I was getting this energy of coziness. So I thought the cat was super cute. You just want to snuggle and hold them. And I think this also shows that you're going to have like family or friend support or partner support around you, where you're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable and at home with yourself. And maybe, because we have sort of this woman, you can see part of her body in the photo behind. She feels quite confident and her body language feels open. So I think Source is just saying, hey, keep yourself open, keep your heart open. If you feel like your moods are starting to improve or you're starting to feel good, follow that trajectory and stay strong in what they're showing you. I think sometimes we feel like we need to give ourselves permission to feel good or be happy, and there really is no permission needed. You can feel it all the time, whenever you want, but sometimes we make it particularly difficult with ourselves. Yeah, I was getting this warm, illuminating energy that was opening up. At the top, we have a hand holding, it was holding a light bulb, and we have the sun. So I think there's some sort of like, boom, powerful insight, ideas, inspiration, illumination, enlightenment that's coming through this month, and it's going to feel really exciting. Okay, let's go ahead and pull cards, see what else wants to come through for you, group number 2 for your month of September. Ooh, here we go. Nice. So we're getting Sagittarius energy right away, very much in alignment with this card and the warmth that we're picking up here. So you got the 3 of Wands here. So this is about the vision, being a visionary and trusting in that vision and trusting the process that's bringing you closer and closer to that vision that's coming through. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of like an evidence or clarity that's showing up for you about a vision, and you're going to feel a lot more empowered to trust that vision, whatever you've been told about your life, about what's going to show up. I feel like this is going to be the month where you embrace more of it versus feeling reluctant to trust that good things can happen to you. Kind of felt like that wanted to come out. That was the Page of Cups. That was really funny. Okay, we have here the Wheel of Fortune. Talk about illumination. That's the energy of Jupiter. So you got Jupiter and Sagittarius here. Very nice. Yeah, so that means you're getting some insight and some knowledge that's coming through this month. You could be studying, this is very 9th house energy. You could be studying, researching, or you could just be having some sort of illumination. Either way, it's going to be showing up. It could show up in a person, a book, a poem, a song. But this feels like a high that lasts for like a few days or a week or something. But this is going to be prominent in terms of redirecting your goal, and helping you to pivot or to recommit to the vision, the vision or the idea that Source has been trying to guide you towards as far as how your life is being called to live. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for you. Oh, nice. That's too perfect. We got Autumn. Release the old and rest. Oh, I love that. Yeah, they're like, put it to rest. So yeah, definitely whatever has been right in time for autumn season here, whatever, you feel like you've been holding on to that's been stressing you out, Source is just like, release it, let it go. It's just a figment of your imagination, and it's just a fear programming. Anything that makes you fear life is a program. It's a program. When I was studying the 35 biographies for the Sun series, the 2 common things that drove people to a very tragic ending where one, anger, I'm going to say three things. One, anger, two, emotional stability, and three, unresolved karma is what I meant to say, but they're basically the same thing. Unresolved karma is what led to people experiencing life the way that they did. I'm seeing 333 for you guys here. That's the trine alignment for you. So it looks like you are aligning this month, and we get the 3 of Wands here. That's perfect. So yeah, those were the main things that ended up leading to people down a path of tragedy. So our life is a co-creation, okay? We're not destined for like painful experiences and whatnot. They're just ripple effects caused by our own choices. Okay, so you got Servant. Wow, you guys are like perfectly in alignment with this month, because the Servant makes me think of Virgo or Pisces or 6th house or 12th house. We have here delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Shadow attribute, using the lack of money. Okay, it says here, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. And then you have here Rescuer. Light attributes, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Shadow attribute, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. All right. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This month is, I'm picking up different energy than I did from last month. This energy feels like it's like maybe 4 months ago I felt this energy, or I was picking up this energy. A little different. It's slightly different because it almost feels like a challenge that you knew was going to come is going to show up, but you're going to handle it better than you did before because you're more prepared this time. That's what I'm picking up. It's like a challenge you've experienced before, or you've been prepared for and you've known of. That's going to happen, but because this time of strength building that you've been doing, you will be prepared to take it on. So what Source is saying is that whatever obstacles may show up this month, Rescuer, what that is, the Rescuer is this energy of divine support around you, here with you, no matter what. So divine support is here with you. And also find it within yourself to provide yourself with strength. We build muscles through facing our fears, essentially, and letting them go, releasing them, letting them go, and evolving our mindset to a higher state of consciousness where we're no longer attached to that fear. But we have to, in life, be re-exposed to it over and over until we can let it go. So it's not like we're attracting karma to us. It's not, I think sometimes people are like, well, why am I going through this again? It's just like, because that's just the contract, and it just needs to get resolved and done. And that's what you're here to do. You're not here to be a victim. You're not here to be punished. You're just here to resolve it. So you can come back to nil, 0. This is also a really good month to understand. This feels kind of empowering, but I know you're going to be on the receptive end on what this is as well. But we have here Servant, delights in serving others with a free and loving heart. So what Source always says is, if you feel worried about anything in life, focus on service. And the best thing you can do to be of service is to do things that you love, that you're passionate about, that are of interest to you, or to help people that you genuinely like helping. So don't force yourself to become a servant to someone. Yes, it's nice to give back, but it definitely feels very good to give back when we enjoy it. So try to find something that you actually like giving to other people, is what I would say. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. We have here visualize. Perfect. Visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. There we go. So do you know how I channel the messages before I pull the cards? So that's, time doesn't exist, right? So what I'm channeling, I'm just channeling something I already knew, kind of thing. And the reason why we know it is because time doesn't exist. It's not because I'm like, wow, I'm just really good at being psychic. I'm just I guess at this time I've just flown with it. I think intuition is like a muscle you use over and over, and then it just works well. And I think it's also developed in previous lifetimes too. I'm not gonna lie, because I was just like, dang, how do I know this stuff? Sometimes now I don't really freak out about it. I'm just like, oh, okay, I know it. Cool. Sometimes it still subtly amazes me. It's like a kid experiencing Christmas over and over. So maybe that's the message that wants to come through, is like life is like Christmas over and over, because we get to have fun receiving those insights and visions from source and then applying it to our life, and or also just watching them come alive. And source is always telling us to trust in the vision. They have a divine plan for our life, and it is beautiful. We just need to get out of our own way. That's what I'm hearing for you. Just get out of your own way and the vision will be fulfilled. But you also have to do away with the programming. So the programming can distort the vision, because you might think that a lot of people think that source is trying to give them things, and they're like, source is trying to make me a billionaire. And I'm like, no, they're not. You don't need $1 billion. Who needs $1 billion? Nobody needs $1 billion. It's like, whoa, you are overcompensating. Nobody needs $1 billion. Source is just trying to make sure you are good and content in life. Okay. Healthy, happy, and healthy. Okay. We have here, look at that. I'm here and I'm safe. Root chakra. Yes. So you are here, you are safe. You are here, you are safe. So they just want to know that they're helping you, they're assisting you, they're co-creating with you the vision that was already designed for your life, which is safety. And that's something I've questioned over the years, even though I've been safe. I've questioned that. I'm like, am I meant to? Am I going to be okay? And I'm always okay. So I'm living proof. I'm living proof that we are always okay. Yeah, so we have here 12, adds up to 3. So, yeah. I showed you guys 3 through 3, and you guys get 3 wands. Yeah, so the trine to me is about mind, body, and spirit. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Make sure you're eating okay. Make sure you're resting okay. Attend to the basics. And then make sure to do something that you love. Do something you enjoy. Do something that's fun. And you know what's funny? A lot of people get caught up in, they're like, what is my passion? It's not even that big, because what source says is that we're dilettantes. You know, just like Yeshua was a carpenter and he was a teacher too. That's us too. You know, we are the dilettantes, the divine children. And we don't have to be amazing at anything or a professional at anything, contrary to what the world has programmed you to think that you are. In fact, the people who let go of that pressure of needing to be great at something ended up becoming inherently great humans just to be around, because people are like, wow, I don't feel this pressure around you. Not only that, their light just radiates so bright because they were no longer putting this excessive pressure on them that was clouding their aura. Now their aura could just emanate naturally. And that's what you're learning here. We got Sagittarius energy reinforcer. We got Saturn and the 9th house. Yeah. That is so right on the nose there, isn't that? So Sagittarius, Saturn and Sagittarius. Learning. So that's part of your passion. The most exciting thing for me, and I think honestly the most exciting for anyone, is learning. Because when you actually learn, you don't stay closed-minded. Closed-minded people stay unhappy because they want the world to be a certain way and be fixed a certain way, and they want to fit it into their bubble. The thing is, that's not making them happy. So it's not making the people they're around happy, and that's not making them happy. When we open our mind, and we open our mind, we keep seeing things from higher and higher perspective, like a bird. It feels so liberating. So part of the hard work and determination you're putting in is just to constantly expand your mind, expand the way that you see things in life, and be constantly inspired by honestly anything. Dirt, a tree, the wind. You know, we don't have to do all these great things in life. We honestly are already there. We are already there. So keep doing the work, expanding, learning, being passionate about life, and things will continue to grow for you, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So you guys chose, well, the words that we can see here, it says ghostly deals, and we'll dive into what that's about. For your crystal, you have here the black tourmaline. Black tourmaline. Okay, so really interesting visuals that were coming through for your reading. The first word I heard was exalted. Exalted. So you know how planets, when they're in their sign that they supposedly favored, they're exalted. So for example, Denzel Washington is a Sagittarius, and his Jupiter, which rules over his Sagittarius energy, so he's a sun in Sagittarius, his Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. It's like, dang, no wonder why he's Denzel Washington, right? He's exalted. It's, you know, this energy of someone who is very inspired by life and who's very inspiring to be around. Big presence, beautiful. So this is a month where you're being called to step into that energy and that aura for yourself. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're being called to, you know, be at the front of the class or do anything great. It's actually the opposite. It's more about realizing who and what you are that takes you into this energy of true exaltation, as opposed to, you know, feeling like you need to be or do something. So there's this energy, you have an opportunity to understand what it means to feel complete, whole, what it means to be filled, to feel more complete. The other thing I was seeing was a egg cracking open. So if you zoom in a little closer to this oracle card design, at the center, we have an egg with a line going through it. And I was trying to arrange it so we could see everything. I felt like this design, by the time I was done collaging, it resonated with me, so I left it. But the egg at the center with the line in the middle, kind of hidden behind those lips there. It looks like you're about to crack something open, and it's about to liberate you or free you. It's like a bird in a cage, and it's about to be released. So there's some sort of unleashing, releasing, or letting go, breaking free, and opening that's happening. But it's like a crack. It's a crack. So that makes me think of how, you know, if you crack something, there's like a crack in a foundation or whatever, and it just, I guess that wouldn't be the most accurate way, because if you crack a foundation, the foundation's broken, then everything falls apart. But maybe that is what's happening for some of you. Maybe it's this powerful moment of enlightening or an awakening where you're just like, damn, reality just shatters and your life changes from that moment on. It could be something like that, perhaps. But I was definitely feeling like something wanted to come out, and it felt like a light, and it wanted to shine brighter, and the only way it could shine brighter is if it was released from the shell. I also saw this like darker energy lurking. It felt kind of like the devil card, lurking in the background, kind of watching you. So that's what the ghostly deals is. Our ghosts are fears. So this is programming. These are experiences we've had in the past that have caused us to stay into a fear state of mind. But yeah, usually those memories from the past are things that keep us trapped in certain mind states or belief systems that don't serve us. But I was getting at this energy that was lurking was keeping you trapped in the egg. It was telling you, no, stay here. Don't break free. Don't break free. Don't break free. Stay here. And Source was saying, break free. You can do it. So there's going to be some strong insights that come through that shift your belief system, help you to pivot or to recommit in a very powerful way. And maybe you've been just kind of chipping away little by little. And now it's finally going to crack open. So maybe like a huge moment of awareness, of inspiration, enlightenment, an aha moment that comes through. And what I was also hearing is that your voice, I was seeing like a voice yelling, and that felt to me like your own inner empowerment. And it was basically telling me that your voice trumps the fear. Your authentic voice trumps the fear. So you need not worry about the fear. Your authentic voice trumps the fear. So trust that. Find your voice. I feel like many of you have been on the path to finding your voice, but it's about to get up in there. So looking at the oracle card design, we have the voice in the middle and it's saying blah, 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 blah. And yeah, sometimes our voice is just saying, it's just incessant. Our inner voice is just this incessant chatter. But there's a strong voice behind that. It's powerful. That is the real voice. And it's not loud, but it makes a huge impact in terms of giving you the peace that you're so seeking. We have the dragonfly. To the dragonfly, I was actually just looking for images, and this one just happened to have a dragonfly in it, which was cool. But the dragonfly is actually symbolic for God's light, which is interesting because down below we have an angel, and it looks like the angel's pointing to that dragonfly. So it's pointing to God's light. So they're telling you focus on God's light. At the bottom, we have this sort of creepy black hand print. So again, that's just the fear. That's the fear, the lurking fear that's keeping you, or that has kept you trapped from being able to do what you truly feel is right. And the ghost here is a sticker. It looks like a kid ghost, because that's often what I see whenever I channel. They're like, the creepy things are like funny. They're like, just laugh at it. Laugh at those silly thoughts. Like, it's not that serious. As a human, your job is to take away that severity and that seriousness and to like shine a light on those fears. And it's actually a funny little thing in the corner. It's not scary at all. And you don't have to beat it or fight it or anything. You just honestly just have to laugh at it and look at it. Then we have stars all over. So those stars are, again, it's that energy of exaltation, finding your North Star. You are the star. You are from the stars. So if you ever lose direction, you can find a connection to your inner compass. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys and see what else wants to come through. All right, so we got Six of Pentacles. And we got Two of Swords. Yeah, so trust your intuition. As far as generosity comes, in this month of September, you're definitely going to see, and I think this is sort of emulating the stars in the oracle card design as well. You're going to see generosity show up for you. They just want you to trust your intuition, because your mind is always going to play tricks on you. Your mind's always going to tell you, oh, no, it's supposed to look like this, or it's supposed to be like this. But they're like, actually, in truth, universe will always provide for you. It will always look after you. So trust your intuition and that deeper, quieter inner voice versus the busy mind, monkey mind, that is designed to distract you. Your mind is a weapon. It's a weapon against you. It can be. Or it could just be a jokester. I don't know, however you want to look at it. Look at that. Guardian angel, you're not alone. So you are not alone. Whatever challenges that might show up this month, they just want you to remember that you are receiving continuous support. You're being watched over and looked after. And maybe at times you just don't understand the logic of it all. So this might be a month where you feel like logic is testing you. You like logically, you're like, this doesn't make any sense. But Source is going to be like, watch us make it make sense. And that's what's kind of crazy about Divine, is they make the illogical work. So we got to get out of our logical minds. Logic just doesn't work when it comes to Divine. We have here the student, humility, devotion to knowledge. Oh, what is that? Devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Shadow attribute, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So what that's showing us there is that you are a student of life, constantly learning. Keep yourself open, and that openness will help to serve you. So if we see ourselves as a divine child who is in a perpetual student, then we will always be open to the miraculous ways that divinity can unfold in our life, as opposed to being too overly attached and fixed onto concepts and ideas. They should be evolving constantly, shifting, or showing you how to create peace and well-being for yourself. Okay, we have here Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. You know, it's really interesting because today someone gave a speech about exercise and they're like, hey, you should just do these little exercises here and there, and that will help you to build your strength, as opposed to thinking it has to be this intensive 1 hour routine. If you just do a little throughout the day, it makes a world of a difference. So that's kind of what I'm getting a reference to. Let me go ahead and pull a clarifier for this. Two of Pentacles. Okay, manifestation for sure is what they're talking about. Manifestation abilities. Okay, so this is going to be a month where it's reinforced. You know, we are moving into Virgo season, which is the Pentacle. This is going to be a month for you to realign with what manifestation looks like, feels like, and is. What it is to experience a continuous flow of resources. You know, that's the positive side of the Two of Pentacles. Maybe you're thinking, oh, that's not a lot. We want generosity. We want a lot. But truly, abundance it's a energetic resource, right? And it shows up when we need it, or when it needs to, I guess. But yeah, abundance is just always showing up for us. We just have to do that deep work within ourselves to trust that flow of resources. So what they're showing me is that the resources flow with you. You know, they flow with you. It's a co-creative experience where you must allow your energy to flow and to trust. So the fun exercise, you can maybe physically exercise or feel good. I find that when it comes to manifestation, just taking care of the basics is the most important thing. Just making sure you're doing the basics. You don't have to go out there and run a mile to manifest. I don't know. I don't. I don't think you do. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. Oh, we have here balancing the throat chakra. Nice. So that's the inner voice. We got the heart chakra and Hatha. And we have root chakra affirmations. So this is just asking you, when this chakra is balanced, throat chakra, we speak openly and express ourselves authentically. There we go. That's that authentic inner voice. Excessive energy can lead to overstimulation, arrogance, and dominating conversations. Deficiencies in the throat chakra can lead to hiding opinions and desires from others, as well as ourselves, being unreliable and manipulative. You will find ways to balance and open this chakra on the following cards. Okay. So I find that, you know, with that Two of Swords and the throat chakra reference there, and what I was seeing in like what we have in the Oracle card design, speaking the truth, and the truth is not emotional. It has no bias. It doesn't have any like bias and this is everything that's good and this is all bad. It's just like this is, and it will work out. Pretty much is what it is. So find that authentic voice. Journaling can help you to find that. Sitting in meditation in a very contented, peaceful state will help you to find a connection to that inner voice. That's when it's clearest for me. We have here the heart chakra. This chakra is located at the center of the chest rather than where the heart is. This chakra colors our life with compassion, love, and beauty. Yeah, so this is a month where I feel like you're feeling more, you're being asked to recognize the compassion within yourself. And this is kind of taking me to that experience where Yeshua, I think he essentially became a beggar, right, in the Bible at one point. And this is a controversial topic because it seems to contradict or push against a lot of people's ideas or concepts around money. But both Mother Teresa and Teresa of Avila, who I think were both saints, agreed that simplifying life and learning poverty, learning to embrace it, actually helps one to align with true abundance in this world. And I think we live in a very paradoxical world. I think unless you can let go of this fixation on needing to control the resources, control the flow of resources, you can never be fully open to the actual abundance, because then all resources then are finite and involve control and power dynamics. So this is, something you can invite yourself to think about is what in your heart feels true. And then also understanding when we don't have resources, this actually opens our heart to feel compassion about other people, perhaps who've lacked resources, to not say, oh, it's because they didn't try, or they're lazy, or they're not working hard enough. Instead of being judgmental, we start to have a compassion, because maybe it's just life unfolding as is, and maybe those people are okay, or they're going to be okay, or they can be okay. So we have to trust in that too. We have here root chakra affirmations. The earth supports me and there we go. And it meets my needs. Well, there we go. That's confirmation. So universe always supports your needs. The earth, Mother Earth, is designed to support you and your needs. So when I studied the 35 biographical backgrounds, what I found that a lot of those people who really struggled in life, it was due to 3 key factors. 1, a lot of anger. 2, emotional instability. And 3, unresolved karma/trauma. Like they didn't resolve any of their trauma or their karma. And so patterns just kept perpetuating, and then they kept self-destructing. And a lot of them ended up causing harm to themselves. So when we don't truly resolve the trauma and we just focus on the materialistic stuff, it's very karmic for some people, because it creates more resistance in them. So the resistance we experience in this world is just resistance we're experiencing in ourselves. So this is a really good month to let go of that resistance and to watch it work in your favor miraculously, amazingly. Instead of holding on to the resistance this month, let it go. And things are going to open up for you energetically, and things will continue to flow. So this is going to be a powerful month to learn that lesson. I hope you enjoyed that group number 3. Like, subscribe to support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.